We're back here at Kingston. Our apologies. We spent all of halftime trying to find out who unplugged the internet. So quickly, I'll give you some numbers here. Avery Payne leads the way for the Outlaws with 8 points, 6 from Blade Harris, 4 from Parker Boyles. The Leopards had 5 from Henson, 3 from Ferguson, 3 from Ince, 2 apiece. Kennedy, Bryson Watts, and Jaden Watts.
Yeah, and we're starting the second half here, but Leopards are going to have to figure out this 3-2 zone, and in a hurry. 17 points and a half is not going to win you a regional championship.
Ince has it top of the key. They'll work it to Ensign in the corner. Looking underneath to Kennedy, got it to him. Back out to Ince. Ince for 3. Drains it. Second 3 of the game for Ince. Puts the Leopards up by 2, 20-18.
Yeah, and I know Coach Harris, I coached against him a lot of years, and I guarantee he's sitting there saying, we're going to let anybody but Ryan Kennedy beat us.
Yep.
If Caleb Ince is going to make threes out there and beat us, then that's the way it's going to be, and that's kind of his mentality, that old school, don't let their best player beat you.
Caden Harris been moving the lane, drops the 6-footer. Caden Harris for 2, ties the game at 20. Henson sends it to Ferguson, right wing. Ince will stop out top of the key. In the lane, same move on the other end. The only difference is Jaden Harris can't get that one to drop.
Jaden Watts.
Jaden Watts. Jeez, Greg. And there's one that will not drop for holding. Kennedy with a miss. Henson on the handle. To Ferguson. Henson, back to Ferguson, back to Henson. Back over to Ince. Inside Kennedy, double teamed. And that was an offensive foul. He is. Kennedy put the right arm into the chest of Blade Harris and pushed him off to get some space. And that'll be Ryan's first personal.
Yeah, it's actually more in his face area because Ryan's so much taller than Blade Harris. But, yeah, he did throw that chicken wing out there and hit him in the head.
20-20, 6:10 left to go here in the third. Blade inside to Avery Payne. Payne got Kennedy in the air, put it up and in. Avery in double figures with 10 now, and Marlow on top by 2, 22-20.
Yeah, he's tough when he gets that deep. We had 3 guys on him.
Ferguson up top to Ince. The lob inside. Kennedy able to go up and get it, put it up and in. Mm-hmm. Kennedy just as tough. It's just tougher to get it to him.
Yep.
Ties the game at 22. 5:35 left in the third. Caden Harris on the handle. Pushes in, back out, around the screen from Payne. And there is Boyles down the baseline. And they're going to call Caleb Ince with the foul there. Caleb's second, team's second. But it'll put Boyles at the free throw line. First free throws of the game right here. And Boyles cannot get that one to drop. Boyles' second one on the way. That one will go in. He's got 5. Nope, they're going to say he crossed the line. They're waving it off.
Make me use my eraser. I will gladly do that in this circumstance.
Tied at 22, Leopards with the basketball. Henson walks it up. Ince has moved into the high post now. Back to Ince between the circles. To the high post, Jaden out to Ferguson for 3 and just skips out.
Yeah, he was standing on the line. I think that would have been a 2.
And that pass intended for Parker Boyles will go out of bounds. Payne a little tall for that one. That is the 5th turnover on the Outlaws. The Leopards have it back, trying to break this tie. Over to Ferguson. Back out top, Ince works down. Sends it over to the corner left side to Henson, down underneath Kennedy again. All kinds of contact there. And these guys are going to let them play. It's going to be, can you play in that contact? And That time the Leopards get it knocked out of bounds. They'll get to keep possession here. Kennedy up top to Ince. Ferguson over to Jaden Watts, right side. Back up top. Back over to Jaden. 3 ball from Watts on the way, and it's good for Jaden Watts. 25-22 Leopards. Blade Harris on the handle for the Outlaws. Henson on the defense. Right wing to Caden Harris. Back up to Blade around the screen from Payne. Misses the 3. Jaden Watts pulls down the rebound. Races the other way. Sends it over to Henson. Henson up. Shot partially blocked. Kennedy had it. Taken away by Payne. Kennedy's down on the other end of the floor, but he'll race back the other way. Caden Harris for 3, no. And there is Avery Payne knocking it out of the hand. Oh, no. Henson had it in his hands. Payne knocked it out of his hands, and they're going to say it's off of Henson.
Somebody come help him. I guess they're not going to.
Good grief.
That was a terrible call.
Horrible call. And then Caden Harris blows the layup. Here comes Henson the other way. No look pass to Ince. Back inside for Kennedy. Lays it up and in. And timeout, Kirk Harris. 3:32 left in the third. Leopards with a 5-point lead at 27-22. We'll be back after this on KBLP Live.
Clements Insurance provides insurance coverage to best suit your needs. We offer auto, home, farm, life, and business policies. Come by 109 West Chickasaw or call 405-756-2253. Clements Insurance is carrying on the tradition to satisfy you. So come see me, Keith, or Beth. Go Lindsay.
3:32 left to go here in the third. Glenn's trying to get his fight started up here in the stands, so forgive me. Marlow basketball out of the timeout. Leopards with that 5-point lead. Blade Harris on the handle. Right side, Avery Payne out on that wing. Looks like he's sizing Kennedy up. Now he'll come back to Boyles. Boyles for 3, and that drops in. Yep. Parker Boyles with 7 now. 27-25, 2-point Leopard lead, 3:05 left here in the third. Bryson Watts in the ball game, gets it to Ince between the circles. Forced it down to Henson, who had to just tip it back out to Caleb Ince. Ince gets it back. Bryson over to Ince, back to Henson. Bryson right side, back over to Henson.
We are very adept at playing this style of ball, too. So,
Jaden back out to Henson. Bryson into the corner for Ince. 3 ball on the way is short. Avery Payne pulls down his 4th rebound. And they're trying to tie him up. And instead, we're going to get a reach-in foul called on Ryan Kennedy, and that'll be his 2nd. Half the people in the stands don't like it. The other half love it.
Chuck Norris, thumb down,
Yep.
no thumb up.
Yep. Blade Harris will bring it across for the Outlaws. They trail by 2, 2:15 left here in the third.
Oh, yes.
Offensive foul. Parker Boyles runs over. Is that Ince?
Yep.
Who is so adept at getting that charge. Boyles first. Just the first team foul on the Outlaws here in this half.
Yeah, we've got Andon Register in for a little physicality here.
So Henson will walk it up. Back out to Ince between the circles. Henson in the corner right side. Goes baseline, elevates, and can't get it to drop. Avery Payne, another rebound. He will race the other way. Inside, Blade Harris got past everybody, missed the layup. Bryson Watts comes away with the rebound.
We were fortunate there, missed the bunny.
And there is all kinds of contact from all kinds of people, and nothing's called. And the other end, it's saved in bounds. And there's another turnover. Kennedy will take it to Caden Harris. They're going to wave off Kennedy's basket. Caden Harris will get the foul. And that'll be 3 on Caden. Man, that was a wild series there. I know if you're listening on the radio, I couldn't have possibly described what actually happened right there. Hopefully you were on the live stream.
Yeah, a lot of physical, a lot of bodies, a lot of arms flying everywhere. And that's just the intensity that comes with a game like this.
And the fact the officials are not calling it very close. And registered. Had the pass tipped. Kennedy able to bounce it off the leg of Payne out of bounds. It'll stay with the Leopards with 1:23 left in the third. Henson on the baseline to bring it in. And they'll try to free up Kennedy at the top of the key and get it to him. He'll send it over to Bryson Watts, up to Henson to reset. Marlow drops right back into that 3-2. Bryson up top. Ince gets around Avery, goes to Henson right side underneath Kennedy. Turns around, no, but foul. And if that's on Caden Harris, it is. That's his 4th.
Yep.
So Ryan Kennedy this time will get a trip to the free throw line. This will be the first free throws of the night for the Leopards. With 1:01 left in the third quarter, and Ryan Kennedy drains that one. Puts the Leopard lead back to 3 at 28-25. Morgan and Blade Harris will return. Caden will check out with those 4 fouls, along with Mason Holding. Zach Long is back in the ball game as well for the Outlaws. And Kennedy, 2 for 2 at the line, has got 8 points in the ball game. 29-25 Leopards. And Seth Padilla, number 4, the 6-foot-tall senior. Actually, he's wearing 25 tonight, that uniform. Checks in and replaces Ryan Kennedy for this final minute. Avery out on that left wing. Back up top to Long. Pushes back left to Blade Harris. Picked up by Bryson Watts. Gets to the free throw line. Backs back out. Lob over to Payne. Register has him. Payne's going to try to back him down. Turns around in the lane. Couldn't step around him, though. Morgan back in. Payne to the baseline. Inside, got it to Blade Harris. Blade couldn't get a handle on it. Back out, Boyles for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound pulled down by Bryson Watts. 16 seconds left. Leopards will look for a final shot here. Try to increase on that 4-point lead.
They do not have the arrow, though.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Jaden to Bryson to Ferguson. Back to Bryson. Back to Ferguson. NBA 3 from Ty. Grazes the front of the rim at the buzzer. And the Leopards with a 4-point lead here at the end of one. Outscore the Outlaws in that quarter to take that 4-point lead here at the end of 3. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this. Leopard basketball is here on your sports leader, KBLP Live.
Creative Services is your one-stop shop for all of your creative needs. Find me on Facebook at Tailored Creative Services so we can talk about your next project.
Are you caring for an aging parent or other loved one at home? It's important to know you're not alone. Hi, this is Connie Upton with Abiding Home Health. The people we serve have a variety of needs, of acute illnesses to individuals who require health care assistance to live independently at home. Our goal is to make a difference in the short and long-term care of each patient. For more information, visit us online at abidinghomehealth.com. Abiding Home Health, creating personal, positive changes and transformations.
First 1 to 40 wins. I'm just going to get that out there.
Okay. Leopards on defense to start this fourth quarter. Harris will bring it across for the Outlaws. Gets a screen from Payne. Drives right side. Takes it all the way into the basket. All the way across to Morgan. Boyles looks to drive in. Ferguson cut him off and forced him to travel with it.
Yes, great defense right there from the Leopards. And this is where we thrive, is fourth quarter multi-possession game. We have the ball, we have the lead, and
Glenn says first one to 40 wins the game.
First one to 40 wins.
Ince, Ferguson left side, up to Ince, over to Henson right side. Kennedy in the corner, jumper on the way is short, got bounced out of there though, and Henson comes away with it. He'll reset. Ferguson back over to Henson. He'll penetrate down, leave it for Ince in the corner. 4-3. That one won't drop either. Payne with another rebound. That's his 6th on the night.
Need a stop right here.
Payne tries to take Register in the lane, and Register will get called for the blocking foul. He's trying to say, hey, Payne's hooking me. But that will be on Register, his first and the team's 4th. Register checks out. Jaden Watts checks in for the Leopards. Blade Harris will bring it in on the baseline for the Outlaws. And Jaden Harris, great job of batting that pass away from Hudson Morgan.
Jaden Watts.
I'm just going to quit saying anything.
Timeout,
Marlow. 6:59 left to go here. I'm going to take a timeout and see if I can remember Jaden Watts' name. We'll be back after this. Leopard basketball being presented here on KBLP Live.
This is Jared Thomas from the American Exchange Bank here in Lindsay. We at the American Exchange Bank have one goal, and that is to be a great hometown community bank that offers great customer service, a friendly face, and multiple loan products to meet your short and long-term financial goals. Come by and visit us at 402 South Main at www.aebank.us or now on your phone using our new mobile feature. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Leopard fans, this is Nick Johnson from First Baptist Church Lindsay. At First Baptist Church, we are a family ministry and desire to faithfully proclaim the gospel in Lindsay and beyond. We would like to invite you to join us every Sunday for worship at 9 a.m. and Sunday school following at 10:15. Our Wednesday evening activities start with dinner at 5:50, and then we have Bible studies for children, youth, and adults starting at 6:30. First Baptist Church is proud to support the Lindsay Leopards, and we wish all of our student athletes a successful season. From all of us at First Baptist Church Lindsay, go Leopards!
Back out of the timeout, 6:59 left to go in the ball game. 29-25, Leopards by 4. Marlow basketball under their own basket. Long will trigger. Blade in the corner for 3, and he drains it. His 3rd of the game. Makes it a 1-point game, 6:50 left to go. Henson on the handle. Jaden left wing. Up top to Ince. Back to Jaden. To Ince, quickly right side Henson. Now Ferguson rotates out to that right wing. Skip pass over to Jaden. Up top, Henson. Ferguson back to Henson. Avery coming out to cover Henson. Give it to Ince in the corner. Ince back out to Ferguson. Back to Henson. Jaden left wing. Back to Henson. Back over to Ferguson. Now to the high post to Ince. Kennedy short corner left side. Back out to Jaden. Leopards being very patient here. Skip it to Jaden. Back out to Henson. Henson can get around Avery Payne anytime he gets ready, just like he did right there. Ince double team, comes back to Ferguson. Jaden back to Ferguson. To the high post, Kennedy now over to Henson left wing. Down the baseline, stops, elevates, sends it out to Jaden.
We've run a minute and a half off the clock so far.
Over to Henson. I think you do that, just wear Avery out. And instead, Payne will pick up the foul, trying to get the ball. That's just the first personal on Avery Payne. Fourth team foul, so no bonus yet. Long checks out. Caden Harris comes back in. Remember, he's got 4 fouls.
They've got 6 guys out there. Yeah, they're good.
And Morgan comes out. Holding has also returned for the Outlaws. Henson works left to Ferguson. Back up to Ince, over to Jaden.
Yeah, they're in a man now.
Yep. Henson back out to Jaden. He's going to reset it. Ferguson over to Henson. Back to Jaden.
Give
back
it to him.
Ince, back to Ferguson. Give it to him there. And there.
Oh, wow.
How is that?
Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I said if these guys are not going to call the fouls and they're going to let them be that physical, this could get real ugly. And they have, if that's not a foul, I'm not sure what you're going to call.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And not only that, the ball went out of bounds. They said off of Kennedy after it was over. Caden, top of the key. Back to Avery between the circles, and it's Avery Payne. I'm so used to calling first names for these guys. We've got brothers on the team for that. Holding with the basketball. Comes back to Caden.
Down to 4 minutes to go in this game, halfway through the fourth quarter.
Leopards still have a 1-point lead, holding into the lane, and then Kennedy tips the pass, but it lands right in the hands of Blade Harris. Caden down the baseline, sends it to Avery Payne in the left corner, down the baseline. Stops, double team, put it up, and it won't drop, and there's Kennedy claiming the rebound. So Leopards with the ball in a 1-point lead with 3:40 left in the ball game. Jaden up top to Henson. He'll push it right, takes it all the way to the baseline, comes underneath and circles all the way back out. Ferguson left wing. Up top to Ince. Watts at the right elbow. Turns around and it cannot get arms all over him. Ferguson left wing. He'll come back out to Henson. We get close to 3 minutes left. Henson down the lane. And again, if you're going to call that foul, Blade Harris is first, team's 5th. But that was nothing compared to what we saw a while ago.
Yeah.
Caden Harris checks out.
Yeah.
Hudson Morgan back in.
They'll go offense, defense with Caden with 4 fouls.
So Jaden the inbounds on the baseline. And Avery Payne holding right there, and Payne's going to pick up his second.
Yeah.
That's 16 fouls, so the next foul on the Outlaws will put the Leopards in the bonus. Henson lobs out to Kennedy. He'll give it up to Ince. He'll work to the top of the key, send it left side. Watts up top. Henson over to the right side for Ince. Quickly to Ferguson on the wing. Up top, Jaden. So these guys aren't going to call anything. Again, underneath, they're going to call an offensive foul on Ryan Kennedy because of the flop of Parker Boyles. Kennedy's 3rd. His 3rd, 15 foul on the Leopards. Again, Caden Harris comes in for the offense for defense for Coach Harris. Leopards are up 29-28. There's 2:46 left in the ball game, and Andon Register is going to check in and replace Jaden Watts.
Yeah, the only point so far, the Leopards haven't scored this fourth quarter. And
that 3 from Blade Harris, the only thing for the Outlaws.
Yep.
So Blade across the timeline. Register's going to take on Avery Payne. Boyles gets it top of the key, nearly lost it. Takes it baseline right side. Ince picks him up. And then Kennedy intercepts the pass. 7 turnovers on the Leopards, and Blade Harris will get whistled for the foul. And Kennedy's got to be careful there. He can't say anything. So that'll be the 2nd on Blade. 17 foul. This is a 1-and-1 for Ryan Kennedy. And Kennedy's first one is up and good. Gives the Leopards a 2-point lead at 30-28. And he got them both. He's perfect at the line, 4 for 4. 31-28, 3-point lead for the Leopards, 2:20 left to go in the ballgame. Blade Harris walks it across. Caden gets it left side over to the left wing, and Ince knocks it away from Mason Holding. And Parker Boyles is going to check in for the Outlaws to replace Hudson Morgan. Blade Harris in the backcourt will bring it up.
Down to 2 minutes to go.
Payne top of the key, penetrates. Scoop shot, no, but they're going to call the foul. And again, that's a foul. I'm not going to argue it's a foul, but how do you call that with some of the stuff you've let go is what I get to. It's the inconsistency that always gets me.
Yeah, even in a three-man crew, it kind of depends on who's underneath. This guy that called that one right there, he's been not calling it on the other end. So
Payne drops that free throw in. He's got 11 in the ball game now. The only player in the double figures. I'm sorry, Ryan is now in double figures. Register is out. Jaden Watts back in. His free throw from Payne could pull the Outlaws back within one. And it'll rattle in. He's got 12. 31-30, Leopards by 1. A minute 55 left in the ballgame. Henson across the timeline. Flips to Ferguson. Up top, Ince. Quickly left side. Jaden looks underneath at Kennedy. Need to give it to him. Now at the free throw line, Caleb Ince can't get that one to drop. Avery Payne with the rebound. Needed the basket right there.
Yeah.
Payne's going to drive in, get stripped. And I think they'll get that on Watts, but let's double check here. Nope, they're going to call him on Ryan Kennedy. His fourth. 2 shots coming up here for Avery Payne. And that one rattles in to tie the game at 31. Caden Harris back in. Mason Holding out for the Outlaws. That free throw won't drop. Kennedy comes away with a rebound. Henson pushes it up, tie game, a minute 20 left. Henson will back up, get it reset. Ferguson. Up top, Brian Kennedy.
We may be holding for one shot here.
You may well be right.
I'm still holding to the first one to 40 wins.
Yeah, I'm not sure either one will make it to 40. Even if we go overtime, we may not make it to 40.
Right.
And yes, I agree. We look like we may be trying to hold it for a final shot here unless we get a wide open layup. Kennedy has it. Avery Payne will come out, apply some pressure. Ferguson gets it back. Now to Ince. Back over to Jaden Watts. Clock approaches 35 seconds left. Kennedy will come back and get it. Good fake there by Caleb Ince in the lane looking for the lob pass. We're down to 20 seconds. This final shot, we may either go to overtime or we may win on a last-second shot here. Tied at 31 with 17 seconds left. I'm sorry, JD, I'm not taking any chances. I'm keeping it here. We're not going to take a timeout. We're going to keep it with this one with 31 seconds left. Again, these two teams, the games that they have played have been very close and not very high scoring.
Right.
I've got the wrong stuff there. I got to get this stack over here. But the first game was 42-40. Second game was 57-48. Higher scoring than this one has been.
Playoffs are always a little tighter. You're a little tighter, and the possessions are at a premium. I mean, you look at the total shots taken by Lindsay the first half was 19, and by Marlow 16. And usually that's very, very low for a boys game. They're usually in the upper 20s, so about 10 shots on each side short of the first half. And the second half hadn't been much better. I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Marlow's taken 11 shots. Lindsay's taken 15. So, when you're usually taking 25 to 30 in a half.
Purcell is up 3 on Hugo in the fourth quarter, and Washington trails by 2, 28-26 at Metro Christian.
That's not bad for Metro Christian's really good.
So Leopard basketball, 17 seconds left, looking for a final shot to win a regional championship plaque. Henson will bring it across. Ince gets it right wing. 8 seconds. Out to Henson, 6 seconds. Drives it down to the right elbow. Back up top. Ferguson has his shot blocked out of bounds at the buzzer, and we are headed to overtime. Tied at 31. So extended session for this one. So, hey, grab some popcorn. We'll be back after this right here on your sports leader, KBLP Live.
Hi, I'm Jess Thornburg with Homestead & Co. Realty. I'm a local realtor that lives locally. I live here and I work here. Growing up in rural Oklahoma, I was taught the value of doing the right thing. I know how valuable relationships are with good people. So I'd like to apply for the relationship of being your realtor. I'm not a high-pressure salesperson from the city, so call me at 405-471-9855 when you're thinking real estate. You'll get information from a real person without the sales pressure. Call me at 405-471-9855. Let's go, Lindsay.
Hey, LINDSAY community. My name is Christian Torres, and I am the minister for the LINDSAY Church of Christ. I would like to invite you to join us for worship Sundays at 10:45 a.m. and for Bible class Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Our address is 1205 West Cherokee Street. The LINDSAY Church of Christ is a group of imperfect people who love God, His Word, and each other. And we love this community so much, and we pray that all the students and teachers have a great school year. Come and join us at the LINDSAY Church of Christ.
Ready to go here in the overtime period. 4 minutes for an extra period here. Leopards control the tip to get first crack at it. Jaden with it left wing. Looking inside, need to get it to Kennedy, see if he can pick up some fouls on Avery Payne. Back up to Ferguson, over to Henson.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we don't just hold for the last shot here.
4-minute stall game.
Yeah.
Jaden over to Ferguson to Henson. Now get it down to Kennedy, and he was so busy trying to back Payne down he didn't get a hold of the basketball first. And the Leopards now have 7 turnovers in the ball game, and you're going to get Marlow with a chance to break this tie. Wade Harris brings it across. Payne comes to set the screen. Henson gets through it. Up top to Caden. Again, Ryan has to be careful. Kennedy's got 4 fouls on him. Holding up top, Caden. Back to Blade. Around the screen from Caden. Gets into the lane. Stops, sends it out to Holding for 3. And he won't drop.
Oh, my goodness.
Mason Holding, his first basket of the game, is a three-pointer to give the Outlaws a 3-point lead at 34-31.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Henson underneath. Kennedy. Up top, Jaden. Can he answer? No. But Kennedy can come down with the miss and get fouled on the shot and no whistle. Unbelievable that we can't get that call. Payne on the drive down the lane, sends it out to Holding on the wing. He'll drive into the lane, sends it out to Caden. He'll work across the top of the key right.
Yeah, they're not going to be in a hurry now.
No. Caden in the lane, pulls it back out. And Caleb Ince with the steal. He'll take it to Caden, and then, again, cannot get a foul, but he'll get the basket. What a job from Caleb Ince. The Leopards back within one. 1:59 left in the first overtime. And we have a timeout on the floor. Again, we're just going to keep it here. We want to make sure we don't miss anything. Yeah, it is a full timeout. Let's take a 30-second one. We'll come back after this on your sports leader, KBLP Live. Again, to update some of our area scores before we get back to action here, Purcell up 7 on Hugo, 52-45 in the third quarter. Washington still trails at last report, trails Metro Christian 32-30. That was in the third quarter. I have a feeling that's got to be further into the game now, but I don't have an updated score from that. So the Leopards will bring in some full court man pressure here as Caden will bring it in, and Henson will pick up Blade Harris in the backcourt. We're under 2 to go. The Leopards down by 1. Blade on the handle. Up top to Avery Payne. Picked up by Register. Payne takes him all the way to the rack, lays it up and in. Back to a 3-point Outlaw lead. Ince up top. Ferguson. Register into the right corner for Henson. Henson backs out, takes Blade Harris to the baseline. He can't get the shot, but he'll actually get a foul called.
It's on Blade Harris.
Blade's third, but again, the contact there, you call that, but you can't call some of the other stuff. That's what makes it so frustrating. So Henson with a couple of free throws, drops that one in. Mitchell's first points since the first quarter. He's got 6 now. Drops them both in, though. He's got 7, and the Leopards are back within 1. 36-35. Minute and a half to go. Plenty of time. Blade. And again, there is Caleb Ince nearly coming up with a steal on Parker Boyles. Caden Harris will bring it in from the sideline. Into the backcourt for Blade. Blade lost the handle, but he got it back. Henson right there in his pocket. Again, nearly come up with a steal there. Ferguson will pick up Blade Harris now. Holding right wing.
He ain't going to shoot it again.
Nope. I got lucky the first one. I'm not doing it again. Yeah. Boyles over the left side to Blade. We're under a minute to go. Payne denied by Register. Blade trying to get away from Ferguson, and we're going to have a timeout called by Marlow with 49 seconds left. And this may be the spread the floor, make them foul you deal. Leopards do have 17 fouls, so they've got a couple before it's a double bonus. But
yeah, and as a coach, you've always got as many stat records as you can from free throws and fourth quarter free throws from your games against that opponent. And also when you statted other games against that opponent, that was something that I always kept, was overall free throws and then fourth quarter free throws. So you might have a guy that maybe is 60% or 50-something percent for overall, but that guy's 85% in the fourth quarter, you know. So not necessarily a guy you want to foul in the fourth quarter. So I'm sure that Coach Davidson's pulled that list out and said when so-and-so touches it, that's the guy we're going to want to foul, because we're in a situation we don't need to do it immediately. We can give it a few seconds until it gets down to about 30 seconds is about where I would say, hey, let's see if we can get a steal or a foul time And with 49.2 seconds left, you can still play defense for a little bit, see what you can come up with. Maybe they can get a turnover here.
Parker Boyles was 4 of 5 in the fourth quarter against us the last time we played them. But Caden Harris 2 for 2. Avery Payne was 1 for 2, all in the fourth quarter. In fact, all of the Marlow free throws were in the fourth quarter the last time we played. And Payne fouled immediately by Andon Register. I don't think that was planned at all. But Andon's third is the 8th team foul, and it puts Payne back at the line where he's 3 of 4. Register out, Jaden Watts in for the Leopards. Hudson Morgan also returns for the Outlaws, replaces Holding. One and one here for Avery Payne. Got a rebound on a miss. And he doesn't miss, he drops it in. Makes it a 2-point Outlaw lead here at 37-35. Again, 48.4 on the clock. Here in the first overtime. Payne's second one will also drop in. So now it is a 3-point game. Enough time for a couple of possessions here. You don't have to have a 3. Ince up top for Jaden. 34 seconds. Jaden to Ince in the right corner. 3 ball on the way is well short. Payne comes up with the miss. And a timeout Marlow with 27 seconds left in the overtime. And things are getting a little sketchy now for the Leopards.
Well, they called a foul.
Got it on Ferguson.
Yeah.
I thought they called a timeout. Ferguson's first, team's 9th. And here's Avery Payne, who is now 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and this will be another 1 and 1. And that one's in. Now a 2-possession game with 27 seconds left. Things get a little dicey.
Yeah.
And that one will drop in as well. Here comes Henson, 35-40, Leopards down by 5. Henson drives the lane, and he misses the layup. Payne with the rebound, 16 seconds left. They're trying to foul, can't seem to get there. And I guess Marlow calls a timeout. 10 seconds left. Afraid the Leopards are going to lose this one. We talked about how hard it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, but I want to throw in there as hard as the Leopards work, it's kind of hard to beat a team when you don't know what the officials are going to call or not call. I mean, you never could blame the game on the officials ever, but it is so difficult when you can't get calls on one end and things get called on the other, and it ends up being a 5-point lead for the Outlaws.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate to say it, but Marlow made it to 40 first.
They sure did.
I didn't want to point that.
Why did you have to say that? Anyway?
I didn't want to point
It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Well,
we can blame it on you now.
If we'd have made it to 40, we'd have won.
We'd have won.
That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
If we'd have been 40, we'd have won.
Yep.
I mean, 10 seconds left, 2-possession game. You're in a steal or foul mode right here. And if you don't get it, if they make one of the 2 free throws, because they'll be in the double bonus, then you're really up against it. If they make both free throws, you're done. So steal or foul right here, time, and see what the Leopards can do. They do live to fight another day. So
Caden Harris looking for somebody. Should have been a 5-second count. Payne will get it, and they'll foul Avery Payne and send him to the line with 7 seconds left. Foul was on
Caleb Ince.
Well, they haven't put it up on the clock yet. Now they do get it. Ince is third. Avery Payne right back to the free throw line. He's got 19 in the game. And make it 20 as that one will drop in. And this one, making it 3 possessions, pretty much nails the coffin shut. Henson at midcourt, drives down, fires the NBA 3 that doesn't drop. And that'll do it. The MARLOW Outlaws avenge the 2 losses against the Leopards with a 42-35 win so that they can take home the regional championship plaque. Congratulations to the MARLOW Outlaws. 42-35, the final score in this one. And while Glenn's adding up some numbers there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, the Outlaws end up with 21 points from Avery Payne to lead the way for all scorers. 9 points from Blade Harris, 7 from Parker Boyles, 3 from Mason Holding on his lucky 3-point shot there in that fourth quarter, and 2 from Caden Harris. I've got the Outlaws 9 of 12 from the free throw line. In fact, 10 of those 12 free throws were shot by Avery Payne in the fourth quarter or the overtime. 20-35, that does add up. For the Lindsay Leopards, one player in double figures, that is Ryan Kennedy. He had 10 points on the night, 8 of those in the second half. 8 points from Caleb Ince, 7 from Mitchell Henson, 5 from Jaden Watts, 3 from Ty Ferguson, and 2 from Bryson Watts. Rounds out the scoring for the Leopards. They only take 6 free throws, all of those in the second half. They were perfect from the line, 6 for 6. Kennedy 4 for 4. Henson hit 2 there in the overtime period, but 6 for 6 from the line just wasn't quite enough. Double-double for Avery Payne tonight. He had 10 rebounds as well tonight. 2, 4, 6, 7, so 17 rebounds for MARLOW. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for the Leopards, so they end up +1 on the glass. Leopards with 7 turnovers and 7 turnovers also for the Outlaws. And Lynn should have some shooting numbers for us over here.
Yep, it's not pretty. We end up actually taking 39 shots. We were 12 for 39. They were 12 for 27. Of course, when you have free throws, when you're fouling and there's free throws, that makes the difference right there a lot of times in that. And, the biggest numbers that I want to point out is we were 7 for 19 from 2-point range. We were 5 for 20 from 3-point range. And that is not Lindsay basketball. We are not that kind of team. We're not built that way. And give it up to MARLOW and Avery Payne. Yep. Avery Payne was the difference maker tonight, and he completely took us out of our inside game, and they forced us to shoot from outside, and we just didn't shoot a high enough percentage from outside to get the win right there. So, good effort. You still have a path, and if you can win these first 2 games, you're going to be looking at MARLOW again for a 4th time because they go up against Roland, the number 3 team in the state, on Friday night. So that's what your motivation's got to be. We got to get back and play MARLOW on Saturday, and see if we can go and take care of business on Thursday and Friday and make that happen.
So the Lindsay Leopards will make it to the area tournament, but they will be on the consolation side. They'll play at 7:30 on Thursday night, and I was going to go look and see who won that game between
Ida Bell won.
No, I was talking for who the Leopards would play.
Yeah, Ida Bell. So we'll play Eufaula.
On the boys' side as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Did I see that wrong on Squirtle?
I am headed there to double check it myself.
Yeah, boys. It was Ida Bell. Oh, Ida Bell and Roland.
Yeah, that was your championship game.
So it was. Or was it Stigler-Vian?
Yep, Stigler-Vian, and
Yeah.
Vian won that one. So the Leopards will take on Vian.
Yeah. Yep. My bad. I think I'm thinking about the girls.
Yeah, no, the girls, you are correct. The girls play Eufaula.
Yeah.
And the boys play Vian. So the girls will play Eufaula there in Ada at Ada High School, and that game will be at 1:30 Thursday afternoon. And then the boys will play Thursday night at 7:30 against Vian. And again, so now both of these teams still have a path to the state tournament, but now it is you must win every game, and you've got to win 3 to get there. So, hey, I've got all the confidence they'll get there.
Yeah.
It's just a little longer road.
Yeah.
You'll get a little more practice in, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So.
And Vian got beat by 4 by Roland in their district. And then they beat Eufaula by 13, 51-38. Then they beat Heavener 42-36, and then they won today. What was the score today?
53-47. Nope.
61-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vian looks like they score 50 plus each game. Or they did in their 3 games, and they're definitely on a roll right now. So sometimes it's tough coming off a loss, but you got to put this behind you. And you got basketball, and like I said, girls and boys. Girls sometimes held a grudge more than the boys did. Boy, they were going to win no matter what just to get back so they can beat that team on Saturday.
There you go.
Because they figured that team would be sitting there on Saturday. And so, thank you.
We'll see if that comes to fruition.
Yeah.
We may get to see this team again.
Yep.
So the Washington Warriors looks like they are down by 11 in the fourth quarter, 45-36 Metro on top. And let's see if I can find that Purcell score again. Purcell final 56-47 over Hugo. So Purcell 1 win away from being in the state tournament as they'll go to the area finals coming up on Friday night.
Yep.
So with that, we're going to get out of here and say goodnight from Kingston for the final time. Nice town. If you're ever in town, you got to go to BG's Catch, the Catfish Buffet, just across from the high school down here, across the highway. All-you-can-eat buffet, catfish, shrimp, corn nuggets, everything you can possibly want.
Yeah, home fries, peach cobbler,
homemade ice cream.
They got a salad bar over there, but you know.
Yeah, why would you pay?
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
$20. It's $20 a person. All you can eat.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's a nice salad bar with the salads and the fresh veggies and all that. But you got fried shrimp and catfish and corn pops. I'm sorry, I'm going to the fried table.
But that was as great as that was, and as great as the hospitality that Kingston's been here. I don't miss that 2-hour drive down here. So we'll come back to Kingston next year. How's that?
Yep.
With that, we'll say goodnight from Kingston for the final time, and the KMAC here in Kingston High School. For Andrew, ESPN Lion, JD, the engineer Scruggs, Glenn Shoemaker, Brianna Miller back at our studios, Paige Soto as well, and for Kevin, who was home making sure that we were doing our job. My name is Greg Peary. We'll say goodnight from Kingston, and we'll see you in Ada on Thursday afternoon. 1:30 scheduled tip will be on just before that with pregame. Until we see you then, remember, whatever you do, always be a good sport.
This is Brandon Cottrell, pastor at Calvary Baptist Church. Just want to take a moment and invite you to come worship with us this Sunday. Classes begin at 9:30 and worship follows at 10:45. We have something for all ages each Wednesday night. Meals begin at 5:30 and Bible study follows at 6:30. We would love to have you come be a part of our worship. We are located 410 West Chickasaw. Come join us.
PASS is a nonprofit organization who is devoted to making a difference in the substance use and abuse in Garvin County. The vision of PASS is to reduce the prevalence of drugs in our community through collaborative planning, community action, and policy engagement. We are a local coalition of individuals and organizations working together in our community to prevent substance abuse and provide support to families struggling with drug addiction. PASS is primarily run by volunteers, and we need your help so that PASS can continue to grow and serve our community. There are many opportunities to serve, so if you are not already a member of PASS and would like to join, then let us know you wish to be a volunteer. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful cause.